as the COVID-19 thing, look, um, it could happen. I don't know. I mean, I don't really kind of keep a good close tab on it, mainly because, yeah, it's political, but for the most part, I mean, I've moved on to so many other things. I'm really worried about the fact that this presidential race is between President Trump and, hundreds of thousands of corrupt DNC bought and paid for lawyers that are going to try to litigate
Yeah.
Joe Biden into the White House. I think the president needs to step up his game when it comes to making sure that he is hiring a lot of lawyers. I think at this point right now,
Yeah.
campaign ads and things like that, I wouldn't be spending as much money on that right now. I would be teaming up with lawyers. I would go to Lawyers for Trump. Anyone out there that's watching this or listening, if you're a active duty or retired judge or attorney or paralegal or law clerk or any type of legal background, including a law student, I would suggest going to Lawyers for Trump and volunteering, because we need all hands on deck. Their strategy is very simple. They know they don't have a candidate. They know they don't have a message. They're not even attempting a ground game, as far as I can tell.
Oh, yeah.
So they're basically just going to say, all right, well, Trump's going to win 400 plus electoral votes. And then, that's when we're going to fight after the fact. And we're going to try to figure out how to steal it through litigation. So President Trump needs to know what's going on. He needs to understand their game plan, and he needs to be prepared for it. And 10,000 lawyers isn't going to cut it. You need 100, 150 to 200,000 lawyers. And you know what the sad part is? The fact that we're having an election and we're talking about who's going to have more lawyers. That is sick.
That's the thing.
On
Yes.
every level. But you know what? This is the game that unfortunately we are being forced to play, because they're not going to play fair. They're going to try to get every single mail-in vote coming from, months and months out and this and that. And who knows, it'll be, the middle of December and, oh, there's another box of mail-in vote. We've got to put a stop to this. One way to do that, and I don't know if it's able to do, if President Trump can do it, but maybe an executive order that says all mail-in votes have to be in and counted prior to the election.
Yeah.
I think that would stop a lot of the shenanigans that the left is planning on doing.
And that's why I just find it so strange that we haven't gotten to that point until then, where we don't have a mass, here's the date, you got to have them in, or sorry.
Right, exactly. And now Michigan is already trying to push it, that you've got this left-wing Michigan Secretary of State. She's now said that, she needs another week to count ballots. No, you need another week to steal the election and steal Michigan. That's what's going on here. So, I hope that President Trump's got lawyers in Michigan that are going to stop that. What they're doing in Nevada, going into nursing homes, that needs to be stopped. I know he's filed lawsuits against that as well. But the sad part is that every single thing that they're doing, we have to combat them with litigation.
Yep.
And it's unfortunate, but this is, the game that they want to play, and we're not going to allow them to steal this election.
It is just absolutely insane. We have got Josh Bernstein with us today. He joins us live here on our big program. And so, Josh, there is a lot of other things happening. They've now debunked this he insulted the soldiers thing, which I thought was BS to begin with. The anti-war president insulting the soldiers. I didn't buy it for 1 minute. But it's one of these things where it's going to happen all the time. This kind of stuff's going to happen all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, next they're going to say something like, I don't know, he told Xi Jinping that, after his re-election, he'll have more flexibility, right? Like Obama did with Medvedev.
Yeah.
Look, they're going to come out of the woodwork because they're losing. They know that they're losing. And here's my question. Why on earth, with the reputation of the hack Bob Woodward and Carl Bernstein and all these hacks, why on earth would you give them any time at all?
Oh, yeah.
If I was president and they came into the Oval Office, Mr. President, we'd like to spend some time with you and we're writing on a book. Get the hell out of my office now. and don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. I mean, why would you allow a hack that you know is a hack, that has written book after book after book and has proven to be a hack? Why would you give him an interview? I don't understand that. And you know what? You know what President Trump should do? I know how to get Joe Biden to start talking to the press. President Trump should do a press conference and say, my fellow Americans, I have decided not to talk to any of the press. I refuse to do even one interview until Joe Biden does 10.
That's
How about
awesome.
that? Get him. Force him to be
Till he does
in
10.
front of a camera so the American people can see that he is completely gone.
Till he
And that's what
does
President
10.
Trump should do. He should say, look, I've given 2,500, 3,000 interviews. He's done like 4, okay, in the last X amount of months. I'm done. I'm not talking to the press at all under any circumstances, any media at all, until Joe Biden does 10 interviews. Then I'll start talking to anyone about anything. He's got the control. I don't know why he's not using it.
That is fantastic. It is Josh Bernstein. He's with us today. The Josh Bernstein Show, of course, each and every week. And you weren't as fired up today as you were last week. I noticed on the show.
Dull. Little dull.
I didn't get the massive amount of emails that I got last week from people that are like, have you seen the show? And I'm like, I'm going to talk to him later today. And then people are like, have you went over and looked at it?
One loose, right? I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes, your passion, can't be contained, and I'll admit it. I mean, I'm not perfect. This isn't an act. I mean, I eat, sleep, and breathe protecting this nation. I do anything that I can to try to do that. And so there are times when you got to get in someone's face and you got to use some colorful language to get your point across. Now, some people will say, oh, Josh, you're powerful without that. Okay, fine. And 99% of the time, you're correct. That's how I do my show. But there are going to be those certain times where I need to kind of shake the audience by the neck and say, hey, listen to me. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Wake up. This is where we're at. And that was one of those moments where I really needed to stress it. And sometimes colorful language does that.
So as we wrap up here with you, my friend, tell us about what AMAC's up to with all this talk of Medicare for all and all these things.
Look, AMAC is fighting the good fight. They've been fighting the good fight for many years. For folks that don't know, AMAC is the conservative alternative to AARP. And we're out there lobbying Congress, making sure that Obamacare is not creeping back, making sure that we never have a situation where we have a Medicare for all type of program. We are looking for solutions for health care for seniors based on market principles and not top to down level government controlled programs. AARP is no problem getting in bed with the Democrats and the left and big government. They did it with Obamacare. They put billions of dollars into Obamacare's passing and then turned around quietly, don't tell anyone, and decided to exempt their members from it, okay? AMAC is the opposite of AARP. They've got all the same types of products and services, even more products and services that are even better products and services. But the main difference is they put seniors first, they put Americans first, and they look for healthcare choices and decisions based on the market and private industry and things like that, not big government solutions. So check them out at amac.us, or you can call them toll-free at 888-262-2006. Again, 888-262-2006. Tell them you heard about AMAC on the Jiggy Jaguar program, and they'll even give you a free 1-year introductory membership, no strings attached to that. Just mention the Jiggy Jaguar program. Again, that is 888-262-2006, or find them on the web at amac.us.
Well, I appreciate you making time for us once again, my friend, and I will talk to you next week. Thank you, Josh.
You got it.
Appreciate it, brother. There he goes, Josh Bernstein on the old Skype, the old Skype-a-rooney. I need a shave. I was just looking at the camera. I need to shave. What is going on there? We are going to take a time out and come back with more on the other side.